Look at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Bears' 46-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
65, 55. 150. Check 50. Hey, Delta. Mike is 59.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Hey, 88, 58. Hey, exit. 58, come on.
On the counter, here's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
We're scoreless after 1. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And able to find Garcon. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive.
Over.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, D.
Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Pierre Garcon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They begin with a run by Davis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. 3rd down here.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. Now Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. On play action. Now Rodgers. He's going to rifle. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, 18. Switch it. Bud.
From the gun, a give to Davis. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Chicago 1st down to former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky.
Check. Hot.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Trubisky will throw. Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Chicago.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Alert, alert, alert.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Flush to his right. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
First down, Bears.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Check 43. Say. Ran, top. Get wide. Motion, pop.
Again, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Check cross. Watch the twitch. Alert. Keystone, travel.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Next to score, Packers 14, Bears 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
Remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Caught left side, Garcon. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Rodgers now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, he's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
Rodgers again now. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Rodgers now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let them know.
Now Rodgers. Throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play now. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
The extra point splits the uprights. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
50 yards. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Rodgers now on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
17, got it. Ran, watch the middle. Watch that. 57 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Lock in.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Kill. Show it up.
Move. Pilot, 64, weak.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Caught right side, Davis. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Kill. 49. Check 49. Alert. Me. I got motion there. Me. I got this.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Get in the right room. Alert. Check the backer.
80 weapon. Alert.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Bears first down.
180. 18. Shit. New York Orchids.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montravius Adams just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, all day. Check 59, Mike is 59.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. Now Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Returnable for Grant. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Caught right side. It's Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 7-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going. And this is going to be a safety as Trubisky gets swallowed up in the end zone. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Rodgers to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Rodgers to his tight end Graham on a big one. 42 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And an alley to run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That good for 19 and a 1st down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. They come out here in the eye. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of.